Hey guys, welcome back to Stitchy Pieces. I am Erica, and this is the channel where I share all things stitchy, things that I have been stitching, whether cross-stitching or sewing or now knitting and crocheting, just stitchy type of things. So welcome if you're new here, and welcome back. If you're not, I'm so glad you're here with me. I'm sorry, I do have something in my mouth. I have a cough drop because I made some homemade graham crackers and then I ate one to test it out and proceeded to choke on it. So now the back of my throat, it's all scratchy from this like choked on crumb. So I'm sorry that there's something in my mouth. I'm hoping it'll keep me from coughing quite as much because I still had to film this right now or I was not going to have time, because I think we're going to go get some fruit trees from a local farm today. So I have to get this done now. We've got to do that. I have to clean bathrooms and do all that kind of stuff. So I had a little bit of time to film. I wasn't going to necessarily film right away, and then I realized it had been a few weeks. I thought I didn't have that much to share, but actually I brought this all together and now I'm like, holy smokes, there's actually a lot here. So I have a lot of projects I've worked on. I have some finishes, and then I got to go fabric shopping in the last couple weeks, and so I got lots of new fabric, which means I then spent days cutting the fabric out for lots of new project bags, and something I am really excited about. So if you're a knitter, I think I'll share it. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'll share it at some point here, probably with the sewing stuff, but I'm really excited. Lots to share. Yeah, let's get started on this. I feel like I had a big group of stuff this month because it's been winter, and in winter I'm like a lot more crafty and creative, and we're getting now to like, we're heading towards spring, and I can feel myself like getting this pull to go outside. I'm trying to grow every year like more and more of our own food, and so seed starting's coming up. I know I've got some stuff coming in the mail, and I'm going to have to be mixing soil and doing some stuff here soon, so my time spent crafting is going to get shorter as we go into the spring, but for now I had a bunch of stuff to share. So let's start off with the sewing. So I am a sewer first. That's how I began. And I had a shop for years selling bags. I still do. I was selling wallets and purses. I started off with Dave Ramsey's like cash budget envelope wallets, and I expanded since then. So I love fabric and I love sewing. And this last few weeks I have made multiple things. So I went fabric shopping. So if you are in need of project bags of any type, I will leave the link to my shop below. I'm not trying to like sell anybody on bags, just if you are interested you can go below. But I just like to show what I've been sewing with the fun fabric that I've been buying. So this is a knitting bag that I made for obviously like a small knitting project. It's got pockets, and then I got this fun new faux leather for the bottom of that, and I just think it's so cute and summery, so that was a knitting bag I made. I also got this fun like spring print, and so I made one of my deluxe bags out of that. If you haven't been here before, the deluxe bag has like a half zippered pocket in the front and then a full zippered pocket on top. And it's got the faux leather, and it's just pretty. So I got that fabric, and that was really fun. I have on my table behind here, like, so many bags of different styles cut out with all these different fabrics that I still need to sew. This one was fun, especially for the coffee lovers. This is just a large, like, vinyl bag. And these are great. They hold my full coverage so well. They're really big. So, coffee lovers, I did that. And then this one is not in my shop. I'm not sure if I'll list it in my shop or if I'll keep it, because I made another one for myself. Oh shoot. Oh no, I have it. Okay, so I made giant totes. So let me see. Yeah. Okay, so I made two big tote bags because I was working on a sweater knitting project and it just wasn't big enough, because I was trying to do the sleeve and the body at the same time, so I had multiple balls of yarn going, and the bag I was using was too small, so new excuse to make another bag. So I call this Uptown Girl, because I feel like She's all kind of fancy. It's got that fun textured vinyl. And then this is like a thicker, like upholstery type fabric, so it's really thick. And then some fun straps. It's got a magnetic clasp to snap together. And it's just big. So I sewed that, and I really like this bag. I'm not sure if I'll keep it, like I said, or list it yet. I don't have any of these in my shop, these like giant totes, so I kind of feel like maybe I should put it up, because I don't necessarily need another one, but I really like it, so we'll see. But I also made this one for myself, and it's like a cute nautical bag, and I have a sweater that I'm knitting, which I'll show you at the end in here. So, yeah, that was fun. New fabrics, new sewing. And then, real quick, I know we'll move on to cross stitch in just a minute, but because of the whole sewing thing I usually do first, I have to show you this. So, I spent hours and hours trying to figure this out. I got a new knitting needle set up for interchangeable needles from, is it pronounced Chigu? Chigu? I'm not sure how it's pronounced exactly. But the case is like flimsy and, in my personal opinion, kind of ugly and not the cutest and just kind of whatever. So I messed around for a really long time. Where did I put it? And this is for interchangeable needles. But I wanted something prettier. So I messed around, adjusted, changed, redid, and I came up with what I am so proud of. A new case. It is almost, it's just slight, I wanted it slightly bigger. So it is just slightly bigger, but mine's open because I was using it. But it zips closed all around. And let me show you. I'm so excited about this. It has a slip pocket on each side, so like more stuff can go in there. It has spots for the interchangeable needles. See, mine are 4-inch, but 5-inch would fit too. All these different sizes, and there's 2 zippered pockets in the middle. So like all the extra little things that you need can go in these extra pockets. I am so proud of myself for coming up with this, and because like a zip around thing is not the easiest thing to make. Zip around is not easy. So I was so excited that I made a better cover than this like ugly one. And I'm really happy. I better put my other needle in there. So I did that, and then I was like having so much fun making them. And I was like, I gotta put these in my shop. So I've already sold a few of them. I don't have them to share, but I have 2 left right now. More on my cutting table. So if you're a knitter and you need like a interchangeable needle set, oh my gosh, sheep, just so cute. And look at that fun inside. So again, I love it. I'm super excited. I think that is so cute. Black and silver zipper. And then this fun like nautical summer print. I just think these are so fun. I'm having so much fun making them. And I want to make more. I hope I have time today to work on one, but I probably won't. But we're going to see, because I am loving making these. So I'm even considering like what other zip around case I could do for cross stitch project bags too, because now that I've like figured it out, it's not the easiest thing. It definitely takes a lot of time and supplies, and it's not the easiest thing, but I'm having so much fun, and I think they are like so good. So these are up in my shop too, and I will have more coming up soon. And yeah, so that was my sewing fun. I didn't do any garments. This is a shirt I've sewed, but I believe I've shown you that before. But I didn't do any garments. Did a lot of bags. I have a lot more bags to do because they're all on my cutting table now. Cut out, stacked, ready to sew together. So, on to cross stitch. I had a lot of whips this month, but I also had new starts. So, I had 2 new starts and finishes. Usually I just have new starts but no finishes. And I do have those too. But I did some finishes, and that's because they're small. This is just a small free pattern from Crochet A Go Go. and I think it was like their Valentine's freebie last year. I just wanted something small that I could do, finish, and have done and put on my little tier tray that I have in my like living area. So I just turned it into a little pillow. I don't know what fabric this is on. It was like a scrap I had. Is it like vintage country mocha? I don't know. It was a fabric scrap I had, and I just did it. It's like 28 count, and I did it 2/1, and I just think it's cute. So this is gonna go on my display table downstairs, and then this one is super cute too. Okay, so I did multiple bee patterns from Primrose Cottage Stitches before, and I love them. I just love the color so much. And then I found this pattern. And so this is a Primrose Cottage Stitches pattern. I don't have the picture because I don't have it because I finished it, I guess. So I'm sorry I don't have the picture. This is not exactly like the picture. I changed quite a few things in here, partly because I messed up, and then partly just because I was like, I don't like that, I'll do this. So this is really doesn't look a lot like the picture, but this is a Primrose Cottage Stitches pattern. There was like, I think it said be happy down here, and I just did hearts instead. There's some like hexagon shapes up here. I just added more bees and changed the hearts a little. This got scooched over on accident. And then I also used slightly different colors, I believe. I think I might have used a few of the same colors and a few different ones. I used the same colors that I had out from a previous project. Very similar to what they called for, but I think there was a few differences. But I just think they're so cute. I love the colors. I even was thinking, now that I know how to knit, I really want to make some bee socks with these colors. Or even a sweater, like a striped sweater with yellow and gray and teal. I really want to do that because, I don't know, I'm really loving these colors. So I made this cute little pattern, and these bees are so cute. The bees' bodies they're so tiny, and this is on like a 28 count Lugana or something. So it's 2/1, but then like the little bee bodies are just a French knot because they're so tiny and little delicate things. And then look at that fabric. This is part of the fabric I bought. Little bees, and then I put lace around it. So like I said, I have other bee patterns in the same colors that I got, and I've showed them in the past that go in my tier tray, so this is going to go with it. But I really love this. I thought it was so cute. Like I said, it does look different than their pattern that they had. I mean, it looks similar, but I changed quite a bit. So that was a finish too. Okay. Now, whips. Let's start on this one. I actually was just working on this last night. So this is an Artisy pattern by Dominic Davison, Cottage Evening Sunset. I think it's super pretty. This is on 25 count, 2/1, half cross stitch. So I do tent stitch for my full coverage because otherwise I'll never get any of these things done. I'm going to leave it in here and on here because I was just working on it. So I've started in the top corner. Most of the stuff that I'm like starting lately has been in the top corner, and then I just kind of go down. So I started with just all black, and then I'm just kind of filling in around there. So I filled in quite a bit of like gray and some greens in the last couple times that I have pulled it out. So yeah, and then I got a new frame, or not a frame, a new stand, like a lap stand. This can sit on the desk, but I set it on my lap. So mine was like not working anymore and wobbly and falling over. This is the Nerds brand, and so I've only had it a few days, but so far I really like it. It's nice and tight, and it can sit just on my lap, or I can sit my legs like on top of it. And yeah, so far I like it. So I got a new frame. Not frame, stand, and I've been using that. And then, let's see, what else did I work on? I did pull this out at some point. I think maybe Leanne at Small Town Stitches was working on this, and somebody else was working on it, and I was like, that looks like what I should work on. So I pulled out God Shed His Grace by, sorry, my voice choking has messed me up this morning. God Shed His Grace by Abraham Hunter. And I originally had started in the middle, and there's a lot of confetti and gray, and I was getting annoyed. So I actually very carefully counted over and went to this corner, and I've been working down since then because I thought, well, I can go do some of the sky, which has less confetti, and then I can go over here and do some confetti. So I've kind of filled in, and I've hit some like this orange on this tree, I think. So it's getting a little bit more exciting. This one is on 20 count. And I started this, okay, yeah, this one I started with 4 strands, half crossed, because I thought I needed that for the coverage. So the middle portion is 4 strands. The upper corner, I switched to 2 strands because 4 strands was too much and it was making me not want to do it. And it's a little, you can't, like, it's showing up differently on camera than it is in real life, but, like, it looks a slightly lighter, but right now I can't tell. I don't know how it'll be when it's all filled in, if this portion that I did will really stand out. I have a feeling it's not really going to be that big of an issue. So I'm going to continue on with 2 strands, half cross, yeah, 2 strands instead of 4, because obviously I'm much faster. Like, I've done all of, like, a bunch of this and into here, and I just am much more happier stitching it. So I'm hoping it will be fine to do that. If not, I can kind of, where this main, like, house is, you know, I can go to 4 strands if I need to and just make that look like it's popping off, kind of. But I think it's going to be okay, and it made me actually want to pull it out, so I'm happy about that. So I did work on that one. And on that same note, I haven't worked on this, but I think I'm going to do the same thing, as I have a desire to pull it out now because of that. I think I'm going to do that same thing with this deer. So I haven't worked on this, but I'm just going to show you. So this Mini Chapel in the Snow by Donna Gelsinger. This is also on 20 count that I had started, and I started in the middle with 4 strands. I think I'm going to switch to 2, and I'm hoping that next time I will have progress on this. I might keep the deer with 4, just because he'll pop out and he's dark. But if you don't like what you're doing, then it's not fun. So I don't really think I want to fully start over, and I don't think it's going to be that noticeable. If it is, oh well, at least I still attempted. And I'm not a perfectionist with cross-stitch stuff, because it's just, no one's going to notice most things except for myself. And even myself, I'll forget most things. So it is what it is. And I'm going to try and see if that one will look okay as well. Alright. I forget, this is what happens after I haven't been on here for a while. I forget where I was the last time I showed a project, so I may have shown this on the last update. So if I have, sorry. If I haven't, I want to show that I worked on this. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Crochet Go-Go, Spring in the City. I'm basically done. I think I am done, actually. Yeah, I am done with the middle section now. Woohoo! So I have come down. I don't think I'm going to do these, like, separator rows or like framing type thing. I don't know. I skipped it for now. Maybe I'll add it later, but I just wanted to get down to the fun stuff. So I came down this way and did work on that. So yeah, I either worked on this like shortly after the last video, or maybe I already showed you, but either way it's cute, so you can look at it again. So yeah, I might take out this part like I said, that framing, because I don't know. Actually, maybe I didn't even leave room. I think I moved this up because I said I'm not going to put that framing in. So I think I moved that up a little bit. So I did that tree and started the gazebo. But looking at it again, it's been a couple weeks. I want to pull it out again. It's so cute and bright colors, and it's not, not a lot of color changes because it's blocky. So sometimes I like that. Sometimes I like full coverage, and then other times I like to switch to something more blocky, or, yeah. I'll put that aside with my, I'm going to pull it out again pile. I am not good at planning. So many of you do these amazing plans, and I want to be like that, because I am a planner, actually, in life. Like, I I like planning things, and I plan most things. But with cross stitch, I get irritated if I'm told that I'm supposed to do something and I don't want to do it, and it takes the joy out. So I just do whatever I want, whenever I want. And if I see something and I want to work on it, I work on it. And if I want to work on it for days, I do. And then if I get bored, I move to something else. So that is how I work. And I still get lots done, obviously, but I can't say I'm going to do this for 5 days, because it just takes the joy out of it for me. I did work on this one quite a few days, filling in some different areas. I don't remember what this is called. It was from a shop on Etsy. I call it like the Swan Church or the Spring Church, Spring Lake. I just really love it. It's so springy and beautiful. I had started in the middle. I had done a lot of this. I think I've now added some purple in the trees, and let's see. Yeah, more in here. There was kind of some, not super confetti, but like a few stitches here and there of different colors. So I actually just kind of, I spent a lot of time just kind of filling in. Let me move my magnetic snaps out of the way, because it's still in the thing, because I was working on it. Yeah, it's just so pretty and bright. I love it. So I filled in some tree and some purple tree, and then just like missing stitches throughout here. Yeah, I still need to work on this one some more too. It's been drawing my attention. This one is on 20 count. 20 count 2/1 tent. And you can see it looks perfectly fine with just two strands. So that's what I will do from now on 20 count. I have switched to 25 count. I like it, but then I pull out these 20 count ones and I'm like, ooh, these are so smooth. So I don't know. I think I'm good with 20 count or 25 count 2/1/2. I think either of those are like a happy thing for me. And I think probably on darker patterns, like the 25 count would be better than the 20 count, just with the 2 strands. But I'm kind of like, whatever fabric I have when I want to start something is what I'm going to use. So let's put that one aside. I pulled this one out. I didn't do a ton on it, but I did a little bit. Let's see. This one is huge. So I think I got discouraged when I looked at it, and I was just like, this is too big. I don't want to wrangle all this fabric. So I didn't do a ton, but I did a little. The Pleasures of Winter by Heaven and Earth Designs. Terry Redlin is the artist. I love his lighting and his patterns. I just think they're so, I just love the lighting. I don't know, I love it. So I started over here, and I think I lose interest quickly because it's just blue and black. Like, I'm just in this tree. So I haven't gotten anything exciting yet. So I just did a little bit more in that tree and filled in a bunch of blue, but this thing is huge. I mean, this is on 25 count, so this was a restart. I restarted this not long ago because I had it on 18 or 20 count, and it was gigantic, because this is 25 count and it's still pretty darn big. I mean, it would be beautiful. I don't know how I'll frame it if ever that comes to that, because it's huge. It probably cost me like $1 million. But it's pretty, and I like it. One day I'll feel like pulling it out again, and I'll get a bunch more stitches in it. But for now, I'm on to spring things. Let's see. I need to figure out where my piles are going here. Okay, this one. This one is a spring pattern. It's a kit by Magic Needle, and it's called Singing Robins. Oh, sorry about the glare. I just am really feeling spring patterns right now. I just loving it. There's another pattern I have by this company with like a bunch of flowers, and just in the last year have I had any interest in stitching flowers, but I'm now interested in it. I used to not want to do it, but now I do. And I've been holding off. I've been saying, no, work on this one before I pull out and start another one. But, because this has a lot of flowers. I've started in the middle. I've gone up here. I've done a little bit of this bee and kind of filled in here and some of this flower. So I'm just kind of in the middle. And this is with all the kit stuff. This is a 14 count, like light blue Ada. And yeah, it's really pretty. It does take me a little bit more time because it's a paper pattern. And there's quite a few color changes actually. Not a ton, but more than some other patterns. So with it being paper, it just takes me a little bit longer, but I'm just working on that one page there, and I love this one. I want to work on this one today too. Sorry for the crinkling, I've got to put it away. Of course, it's going to be not go in easy, is it? Okay. Let's see. This one I showed as kind of like a new start, and then I didn't do very much. And I pulled it out. Again, I didn't do very much. But I did a little bit, so I'll show it. This is a Alan Malley's, maybe? Gracious Era to Dimensions. Again, sorry for the glare. So many people have done this one. I just think it's beautiful. I really love it. I love the vibe, like imagining the old days in there. But yeah, Dimensions does not have that smooth like needle feel when you go in, because our fabric's all hard and it just doesn't have that smooth feel. So I have to be in this certain mood for it to really like focus on it. And so yeah, plus I'm not that far, so when I get further and I see the picture, I get more motivated to keep working on it. But I started in the middle, and I'm just kind of like on this guy's jacket, so you can't really even tell what you're looking at. So I'm struggling with continuing to work on it for very long, but little by little it will get done. So this is on a 14 count, I think, actually. Is it 14 or is it 16? I don't know. Something. It's not that small, actually. So it's like pretty big crosses. I feel like it might be 14. But it's the blue Ada that it came with, and yeah. Not the most exciting so far, but it will get there. So I get in the mood for Dimensions sometimes, and then I just keep going on it, but I have to get in that mood. The last one of these, I guess I have more whips actually. This was an Etsy pattern I got last year, X Stitch Pattern X off Etsy. It's called Easter Bunny with Eggs. And I just liked the pastel colors, and I thought it was just really cute, like a cute springy Eastery pattern. I started in the middle. It's really hard to tell where I am, and I always like hold it upside down because I have an eye, but like you can't tell where the cheek is, so I'll try to hold it up correctly, but I'm just pretty much in the bunny's face, and you can't really tell what I'm stitching at the moment. This was on a linen I had. I think it's like a 28 count linen. And this is, I've been doing full cross because it's not a full coverage. But yeah, I think that's the correct direction, but so far it just kind of looks like blobs of brown. And it's way bigger than I kind of imagined. I mean, I know I have this piece of fabric, which is slightly smaller, I think, than I'm supposed to have. I think some of this outer edge is actually going to get cut off because I was like, I don't really care, I just want to use what I have. But yeah, that bunny's face is like way bigger than I was kind of envisioning, but that's okay. He's going to be really cute when he's done. There's a lot more color changes in there than I thought that there was also. But so I worked on him for a little while. But then, ultimately, like, I've just gone back to full coverage because the pattern keeper and the half tent stitch, like, I just get so much further, so much faster. It's just a smooth, quick process, and I just enjoy it more. So I've been doing a lot of that. So I started this Artisy Coming Home by Abraham Hunter. There's a theme. I love Abraham Hunter. He's my favorite. I started this one. And I believe my fabric is big enough to continue on if I wanted to. Maybe. Maybe not. Let me see. No, because I did it vertically, I think. But I didn't really care about this. I just wanted the lighthouse and the pelican, so I kind of figure I'll just kind of go and crop it when I feel like. I mean, I like this too, but I just don't need to do all that extra stitching. So I started this one. I'm in the water. I really like those kind of greenish blue colors that are in the water. Doesn't look like too much right now, but one day it will. It's 25 count, same thing, half stitch. And yeah, I've just been working some different greens and blues for that water. Not super far, but wanted to start it. This one is fun, and a lot of people on YouTube and probably Instagram and Facebook are doing this pattern. This is a Stitch is So Beautiful pattern, and I don't know she has like stitch alongs for this pattern also. It's called An Enchanted Place by Eder Jose Rosa, and I just love the colors. That's what drew me to this one. I love this swan guy, and I love the colors. I'm thinking about possibly cropping like there at some point, but I may just continue on. This one I do have big enough fabric if I want to just continue, because I'm just really loving the colors. There's like a max color, but I just have the regular one, and so it's actually like chunky enough stitches so far. I'm in this tree where it's just so fun, and it's on 25 count, and my needle's just gliding, and I get to do fun colors and do like blue and then move to a pink and then move to a purple, and I'm just having a really grand time with this. So I've pulled this out numerous times. I do park my thread if it runs out and not really in the area that I'm in. Most of the time I'm across country and I just go till my thread runs out because I hate having to thread the needle, so I don't. I go until my needle runs out and then I do the next color. I feel like that's faster too. So but yeah, just like look at how many different colors there are. It's just so pretty and fun. So I am loving this one. That's how big it will be, and it's good for the vibe I've been feeling of springy bright colors. Okay, we're almost done. A couple more. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs by Jane Wooster Scott. It's called Mini Peaceful Harbor. And I think it's just so cute. I love the nautical. I don't live by the ocean, and I never have. And I have an extreme fear of like whales and sharks. Like, it's a phobia. I don't actually like being in the ocean, but I love the beach. I love the beach. We're going to the beach soon. So I love the ocean. I love looking at the ocean, love being at the beach, and so I just really like this scene. So I started up here. This one I've actually had restarted, so not super far, but started over here and I've gone down and I've hit this roof. This roof has a little bit more confetti, but I kind of like to go between confetti and not confetti in things and switch colors so I don't get bored. So I am not a one-page, finish the page, obviously you can see, stitcher. I am a do what I want when I want stitcher. So did this guy, got bored with the blues, wanted to see something start coming up, so I went down to that roof. And this one's on 25 count as well. So I worked on that one. Then I have 2 new starts. That's all the cross stitch I've done. Let's see. This one is by a new to me Etsy shop called Sweet Violet Stitch Co. And she had some really cute patterns. There's an autumn one similar to this that I almost got, but I was like, no, just let's do one first. But I might have to get that one too. But this is called Notting Hill. Super pretty. I love the colors. I just think it's pretty. Yeah. So I just barely started this one. And I struggle a little bit because I did this one. I had extra fabric that I tried 32 count. And I won't buy any more of it, but I'm trying to use what I have. So this is 32 count, and it's harder for me, so I don't do it for a long time. This one I started down here, so I'm literally just in a black tree trunk at the moment. But this I am doing 1 strand half cross. This Adventures in Stitching, she told me she didn't tell me, but she did a video, and she said she loved one strand on this count. And so I said, okay, let me try one strand, because I was trying two. This is definitely a lot better, only one strand, but it is still not my favorite. I like a little bit bigger. So I like it. I'll keep going, but it's not in the most exciting spot at the moment. But the pattern is so pretty. So I started that one. Where my clip went, I was holding this together. Okay, and then this is also a measly little start, but this is Dimensions. Oh, it's a gold collection. I didn't even realize it didn't trigger as gold. I just bought it on Amazon like this last week because I thought I saw it and then I ignored it, and then I saw it and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So again, it's another, there's a theme with me recently, I guess, with the ocean. This is called Dockside, and this is a new release by Dimensions. I loved the bright colors, and I just thought it was so cute. This is a petite, so it's small. But yeah, I just thought it was so, I don't know, the colors got me with the bright colors, and I just thought it was cute. So I'm starting over here in this brown, and I did not get very far. And I'll tell you why. Well, first of all, I screwed up somehow already, barely starting. But, so I literally just have that. And somehow I screwed up already. I don't know how I managed to do that. But, Dimensions they have this crinkly, not fun, soft Aida, which is fine. But a lot of times, depending on the pattern, if it's blocky, I like to stitch in hand. If it's not blocky, I like to use my frame that I showed you and the hoops. So this one is not big enough to fit in my hoop, and I don't like holding this in my hand because it's not fun. And it's too much confetti, it's not blocky. So I only got that far because I realized I really need to sew some fabric to the outside of this so I can put it in a hoop. So that's my plan. While I'm up in my sewing room, I'm actually going to sew around the edges so that I can get more than that measly little start. And put it in my hoop and have fun with that one. So, those were my cross-stitch projects and my new starts. And that was quite a bit because I'll show you where I've been spending a lot of other time also. So if you were only here for the cross-stitch, then that's all I have. And thanks for joining me. But if you want to see the other things, knitting and crochet, which I'm really excited about, then stick around because I obviously spent quite a bit of time cross-stitching, but I've spent a lot of time also working on my knitting skills since I just learned in October. I just taught myself to knit in October. So, yeah, I'm excited to show you these things. So let's get started on this last stuff. First, we'll do my one crochet project that I have. If you've been here before, you know I like mosaic crochet. I found mosaic crochet, and this is where I will now stay with crochet, I think. I just like to crochet blankets, and mosaic crochet is very easy. It looks spectacular, and it looks hard, so I think it's fun. And I like the mosaic crochet that's kind of like cross-stitch because I like these kind of sampler patterns. This will be my third blanket I have done with mosaic crochet, and this is what I'm working on. It is by Brooklyn & Co. and it's Northwoods Afghan. See how it's kind of like a sampler? Like you do this portion and then you're like, woohoo, I got a section done. And then you do this portion and then you feel like, yes, I got another section done. And so you feel like you're moving along versus just a pattern that repeats and the blanket's huge and it takes forever. I get more satisfaction out of this kind of thing, and I love that there's like an image in it. So I started at the bottom, which is black, and then I got these X's, and I am now on the feet of these bear. So the bear don't look like it too much, but I am on their feet. And this, will be for my older son, which by the way, if you do this kind of thing, these like plasticky, what are they, like poly pronged folders work really great for keeping the patterns in, because you just hole punch them and put them in here, and yeah, so that's what I do. But anyways, I am using Hobby Lobby. Love this yarn, and here's where I've gotten to. I just feel like they're so, mosaic is so striking. So you can't tell because of my black shirt, but it's about that wide so far. And with mosaic, you start on one end and you go all the way across, and then you end. So you do have a lot of ends, but you do like this envelope border around it, and it covers it up. So this is pretty big. I can't show how wide it is fully up here, but yeah, you can see there's the bears. The black is the bare feet coming through. So yeah, I've been having fun with that, and I just love these patterns. So I think I'm always going to have a mosaic blanket in the works. I've kind of just done like 1 or 2 rows every day. I get bored if I do too long, so 1 or 2 rows a day, and it slowly builds up. So that was my crochet. Then on to knitting. Okay, so I got some yarn from Knit Picks called Chroma. It was like on sale during the holidays. This is not my favorite yarn, I've realized, which is a bummer because, well, I didn't know any better, but there was a sale and I liked the colors and I was like, ooh, sock yarn, I'll buy multiple colors. So I bought multiple, and it's the yarn's alright, but it's definitely not my favorite yarn, but I'll use it. This Chroma kind. This one is called Sea Anemone, and I still have all my stitch marker things on here. It has not been blocked, but I made a full sock. This is a vanilla sock, just like a basic sock. And I like to do the fish lips kiss heel, I found. So yeah, I like the colors. I think that's fun. I did 1 sock, and I am on the 2nd sock right now. So you can see they have the same color, but I did not start them with like the same spot in the yarn. Again, it needs to be blocked and everything, but I think they still obviously coordinate, and I think they're fun. So I just passed the heel, and now I'm on the foot of this one. I really want to get this done because I got some new yarn. I got a red. I would like to make socks for somebody as a gift, so I need to start that. I like to do magic loop, and yeah, so there is that one. And there's a fun, pretty bag it's in. Let's see. Hoping I'll have that one done this week. And then I worked a little bit on this. I think I showed this before, but the muscle burrow hat is like this really popular pattern, I guess, for knitters. And it's like a tube, basically. It's a tube, and then you shove 1/2 up and under, so it's like double layered. So I'm working on that. And I got this yarn from Joann's, and I bought it because I was going to make socks with it, and it was so pretty. The yarn was so pretty. It's like a hand-dyed yarn, and I just think the colors are so pretty. Well, it turns out it's 100% cotton, and I didn't realize, which is not good for socks. So I was like, okay, I'll make this hat. It's in my little cup of yarn holder, by the way. So if you are a knitter or crocheter, this goes around your yarn and holds it, and it's my cup of yarn in my shop. But so I love that yarn. I just think it's so, so pretty. I just wish it wasn't 100% cotton. It's not my favorite kind of yarn, I'm realizing. It's like thin, so this, I think when I double layer it, it'll be a pretty thin like hat and just colorful and fun. But yeah, I've just kind of gone a little bit here and there. Hasn't been my focus because I've been trying to finish those socks and a sweater. So I worked on that pattern a little bit. But this has had a lot of my time. This is a petite knit pattern. This is my first sweater ever. It's called the Monday sweater. And it's a raglan sleeve sweater. It's supposed to be good for beginners, which I am definitely a brand new beginner. And I really like it. I'm using some, I don't know what it's called, some sort of yarn, can't remember, DK, something DK from Hobby Lobby. And it's pretty, and it's very soft. And then I'm adding this like mohair, but it was a Hobie mohair, and it feels really soft, but it's actually kind of like scratchy on my neck, so I'm bummed about that because the neck is a little bit itchy. So, but I can figure out something to wear under it. You live and learn. I've never done this before, so yeah, but I've tried it on, and it's a little bit big, but it pretty much fits, so super excited. It will look like this. And yeah, look, I have a whole sleeve done. I figured out how to like add stitches for a sleeve. My cuff is, well, I messed up. You can see somehow I screwed up my patterning here on that side. That's okay. This side, and I learned how to bind off a cuff. Definitely not perfect because it's my very first sweater pattern ever. I have to do another, like, just couple rounds, I think. A couple more rounds on the body, and then it gets another, like, few inches of ribbing at the bottom, and then I obviously have the other sleeve. But I can't believe I'm almost done with the body and the sleeve of my first sweater. I'm really excited. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've learned how to knit. I've wanted to learn how to knit for years and couldn't figure it out. I can't believe I'm making socks and sweaters now. So excited. I have bought multiple more yarn, so I'm like going, trying to finish this sweater because I want to start another one. I have a navy blue. I want to do like a navy blue and stripe and white stripe. Really want to do that. The last thing, very last thing, and then I'll let you go. This has been long. Was I got another sock. So I got this yarn, which I've decided I really love this yarn. I love how it feels. This is Cascade Farms Heritage yarn. I got this from a local yarn shop, and it's a beautiful gray color. And I learned how to do cables. Oh shoot, you know what? I have another one. I have a colorwork one, but I don't have it with me. I'll have to go get it for next time. Okay, but I learned cabling. So it looks funky. It's not been blocked. I should have put it on a like thing. But it's got 2 rows of cabling, and it goes all the way down to like the toes. And I learned twisted rib. I feel like that looks so nice, and these are really soft. I feel like they look kind of fancy. And they have the cable that runs down each side. I'm so excited. So I finished one whole cabled sock, and I just barely started putting on the ribbing for the next one. So not only can I make socks, I can make cabled socks now, and I want to make a cabled sweater too. That'll take me like 100 years. But I've been having so much fun. So I've been really enjoying all the crafty stuff I've gotten to do while it's been cold and winter, but it's getting into spring now, so I'm going to have less time. So hopefully I can get more cross stitch done, more knitting done, more of my blanket done. But yeah, I've been having lots of fun. So thanks for letting me share with you, because yeah, it's fun to talk about, and I'm really glad you joined me. I don't know how long it'll be until I come back, but hopefully I will see you again in a couple weeks. And I hope you had fun and got some stitching done, or some knitting done, or something crafty or fun done while you watched. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Happy February!